Yeah, we'll start recording and we're good. I think we're going to record to the cloud and there we go.
Perfect. All right. I think we can probably get started.
Okay.
Busy times, so I'm not really sure how many people will be here in person versus watching it after the fact. But thank you everyone who has taken the time to be on this April Middle School Council meeting. We cannot believe it's the end of April. It's amazing. And that it's actually almost May and everyone's just cruising through the year. So we have a lot to get through this evening. Most importantly, we have two 8th graders who are going to share some information with us about their Boston trip. So do you know, is Rachel going to be here this evening?
Unable to be here this
Okay,
evening,
great.
but definitely will be, gave a great update with her video that was sent out last week.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I just wasn't sure. Okay, so then I guess we can let's start with you, Joe, and the 8th graders so that they can be free for the rest of their evening. But thank you so much to Corinne Augustin and Pippa Mullen for joining us this evening. We know you guys have a lot of homework this evening, and so thank you for taking the time to share with us and with Mr. Makora.
Thank you so much, Wendy. We could not have two better representatives of our 8th grade than Pippa and Corinne here with us this evening. I want to welcome everyone to what we can't believe either is our April council meeting. It certainly is going by pretty quickly. And again, as we move forward here, continuing to work and continue to endeavor with the Bronxville Promise, where we want students to lead, engage the world, be innovators, and think critically. We try to do a bunch of different activities, both academic and outside, to make our students, really live that promise each and every day. And one of our wonderful traditions that we've had over the past couple of years has been taking our 8th graders to Boston. So we have been very fortunate to do that over the past couple of years. And a nice shout out again to Mr. Agnello, who's been our trip coordinator and bringing these trips to us, and the amazing chaperones that come and attend, and just cannot express what a wonderful experience it is. It's always my pleasure to be there with the kids as well. But that being said, Corinne and Pippa, would you just like to share a few things? We've bulleted a few things there for you families to see. You want to share a little bit about your experiences in Boston, please?
Yeah, definitely. Pippa, you want to start?
Yes, so the Freedom Trail was the first thing we did, and it was a really nice way to get to see the city and learn about some of our nation's history.
For the Museum of Science, we got to be like extremely interactive and completely independent, which was like a huge factor of the trip. And it was filled with like interesting exhibits, and for each person, like there was something that you found interesting, or like there was something for everyone.
The Quincy Market was where we had a lot of our meals, and it was a really great choice, and it allowed us to have a lot of freedom, and there were a lot of really fun stores and different options, which were super great.
For the Boston Ghost and Gravestones tour, we got to have like a great wrap up for our day because it was like super fun and it was at night, and each bus had a tour guide and they were completely like acting the part perfectly, and they were taking us through the gravestones, which was really great, and we got to learn a lot and had a lot of fun.
For Lexington and Concord, it was super interesting to learn about the beginning of the American Revolution. And Karina and I were actually in the same group, and our tour guide made everything super interactive and gave us almost a firsthand experience of what was happening, and it was super interactive.
Yeah. And then for the Plymouth Plantation, which was one of my favorite things that we did on the trip, we got to like go around and experience what life was like during these like olden times. And it was really interesting because the people there were completely like in the part, so you could ask them questions, and like you learned a lot from asking them questions about like their lives back then.
And the Boston Harbor dinner cruise might have been my favorite part of the trip. It was a really cool way to see Boston, and it was unlike an ordinary tour, but it was really interesting and super fun.
And then we ended our trip, despite a little bus trouble, to all of my friends on bus 3 with me. Despite a little bus trouble on the way back, we ended our vacation in Mystic, Connecticut, Seaport and Museum. We were a little delayed getting there. It curtailed us a little bit, but we were able to have a nice lunch and get to kind of take in the sights while we were there as well. So the girls have just done a magnificent job of giving you a little snapshot there, but we took a few snapshots of our own. And as you can see, the chaperones also had some fun. A big thank you to Miss Brogan and Dr. Katz for posing for that particular picture. As the girls were speaking about, we just had a lot of great trips in the museum, Quincy Market. Again, this was actually something new to our trip, Plymouth Plantation. We actually did not do this last year, but we found it to be a very interactive experience for our students. And these are all things that they have learned about in their curriculum. And it really was an experience for them to go there and see people actually getting as close as they can to living in that time and being able to question them and getting that time period. This was just another example of what we were experiencing while we were there. Corinne mentioned the Ghosts and the Gravestones tour. That's the bus actually for the Ghosts and the Gravestones. So we took up 3 to 4 buses of our own, and again, very interactive and a lot of fun. This example of the tour groups on the left side there, just some of the sites that we were visiting. We really did tour. In addition to the greater Boston, Massachusetts area, we really were in downtown Boston for a good part of the trip. Our dinner cruise, which Pippa mentioned, so it's actually one of my favorite things too, Pippa, because we get to see historic Boston Harbor, and our boat captain, who deserved a little shout out there, actually took some of our kids right on the deck with the captain and got to experience that as well. Again, I think we had a great time. I know I had a great time. It's just wonderful sharing that memory with our students. And we always take the picture in Mystic, Connecticut, because it's the end of the trip. But this is a very special group of students that I've seen grow up a lot in just 2 years. And moving forward, I guess just one question I had for the girls was, what did you find to be the difference? Obviously, the content is very different, but a little different from the student experience, maybe from Williamsburg in 7th grade and being in Boston as 8th graders. Anybody want to chime in on that one?
Well, we
Yeah.
definitely. Do you want to?
Okay. No, you go ahead, Pippa.
During Boston, we definitely had a lot more freedom with things, and we were allowed to be more independent and do things more by ourselves, which was very nice.
Yeah, I agree. Like adding on, like you got to just be with your friends and like experience all of like the really cool museums and tours that we had more independently, not as much like in a intense structure, not as intense, but like in more of a structure, which made it a really fun and much more of like a like we felt older like kind of trip.
Yeah, and that's really what it's about. We to the parent watching, we take the kids to a trip, Williamsburg, Virginia, which is a very highly educational trip. It's also a working trip where they're completing a big project that's part of a grade that they'll be receiving. But when we take them to Boston, they already have learned the content that's there. And we really do try to begin a transition of treating them like high school students, which we try to do in the 8th grade much more than maybe in the 7th grade. And, it's about just giving them a little more freedom, a little more choice in the things that they're doing. And boy, did they ever respond with maturity and grace and just being a wonderful representation of our school. We received nothing but high praise and compliments from tour guides, from the hotel staff, from anyone that we really interacted with. So kudos to this 8th grade class for really representing Bronxville so well. And girls, if you just indulge me for a few more minutes here, speaking on behalf of our middle school, we're really looking forward to the International Fair on April 26th. I know there's more details coming from the committee chairs. We will be having grade level meetings with all of our students. This month of May is next week. It's hard to believe, but we'll be looking at what our legacy will be for this school year. We'll be speaking to the 8th graders about what they think their legacy will look like for their middle school career as it wraps up. But we're always looking at the themes of resilience, perseverance, and kindness. And we're looking to really work with those student ambassadors to help transition our incoming 5th graders into our school. State testing is off and running and actually almost over with 2/3 of the state tests that we provide. ELA was successfully administered on the April 16th and April 17th. Math, we're looking forward to May 1st, Wednesday, May 1st and Thursday, May 2nd. May 17th and 18th will be our production of Shrek. And we want to thank Miss Simpson and her staff and our incredible students for putting this together. This will be Miss Simpson's last production before she retires. So I would urge you, anybody that's available, to please come and check it out. It will definitely be special for us. And we're very honored to be Miss Simpson's last musical here in Bronxville. May is coming, so stay tuned. We got concert dates coming, 28th, 29th, and 30th. Well, 28th is band, 29th is chorus, and 30th is orchestra. Thank you to all the parents that will be helping us at the 5th grade parent orientation on May 7th. And I'll be bringing back wonderful students like Corinne and Pippa to our May meeting just to give you some reflections on the school year. And again, on behalf of our middle school staff and student body, we want to thank you so much for all the support that you give us, for the PTA, for just making things so special and giving it that extra touch that we need. So, Wendy, that's it for us. We just wanted to thank you for giving us the time, and especially the girls the time to kind of just express themselves. And certainly if there's any questions, we're happy to take them.
Thank you so much, ladies. That was really, having a child on that trip, you gave me a little more information than I got from my son. So it was great to hear from you. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed the trip. And it's been a really nice pivot from us, the school, to add Boston in. So that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Ladies, you're welcome to stay on and listen to the rest of the meeting, but I can 100% understand if you would like to go do your homework or anything else. We will miss you, but thank you for being here. And, again, wonderful job. Thank you.
Thanks, girls. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Joe. And if anyone has questions, they can throw them in the chat and I can, we can get back to those. Alana, would you be willing to give a very quick update from the Bronxville School Foundation?
Yes, I would. Thanks,
Thank
Wendy. We don't have a whole lot new to say, but we always leap at the chance to be able to connect with any parents on these council meetings. So as you probably know, the Foundation's grants program supports every aspect of life at the Bronxville School, including cutting edge programs and resources and faculty growth and development. The Foundation is in the process of reviewing an array of great grant applications in the arts, athletics, STEM, health and wellness, and the board will vote on the proposals in early May. All grants approved by the Foundation Board are then subject to approval by the Board of Education. Your donations make the grants program possible in every way. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much to the many families who've already made a gift. The community drive continues through the spring, so please consider making a donation of any size. And lastly, if you or anyone in your household is an alum of the Bronxville School, you should have received our alumni newsletter last month, including a great recap of centennial events and reunions that took place in the fall. If you didn't receive the mailing, please reach out to the foundation, and I'm going to put how to reach out and a little more information in the chat. Thanks, Wendy.
Thank you so much, Alana. And I've heard incredible things about the alumni newsletter, so that's really wonderful. And it's so nice that the alumni get that kind of a newsletter from our school, because I have been told that many other schools don't do any sort of alumni outreach. So it's wonderful to keep everybody connected. Okay, sorry, I just got a note from somebody. Okay, great. So very quickly, I'm going to start with 2 updates committee-wise, and then have a couple more committee chairs who are going to give some updates. One is, I just want to give a quick plug for Memorial Day. It's going to be coming up quickly, and it's literally in a month. So keep your eyes and ears open for the many activities that will be going on for that entire week. which is really wonderful. And the Memorial Day season kind of does get kicked off with the spring socials, which are starting up coming this next weekend, the next weekend and the first 2 weekends in May. So thank you to everyone for selling out the middle school social. That's wonderful. Obviously, if you did not yet get a ticket and you're hoping to go, sometimes there's always people who end up not being able to go. So definitely reach out to either a grade chair or someone else if you are interested in that. And then the next thing that I just wanted to mention, I don't believe I have any 8th grade chairs on here, but 8th grade parents, just be aware you'll be getting a lot of information about the upcoming 8th grade graduation ceremony and the 8th grade party that will follow that night. So keep your eyes open for any of that information, and be sure to sign up for anything that needs to be that people need to pay attention to. So that is all from me. I'm going to pass it over to Michelle Horbers, who's going to give us an update on the Arts Council.
Hi, thank you, Wendy. Good evening, everyone. Yes, this is a very busy time of the year. The Arts Council is super excited. Our annual Arts Festival is coming up on May 20th and 21st. On Monday, May 20th at dismissal, students are invited to gather on the front lawn to create a student outdoor sculpture, listen to some live music, and enjoy treats from the ice cream truck. Later that day, that's Monday, May 20th, starting at 5 p.m., we'll have food trucks available for everyone to come, grab a bite to eat. We kick off our performances that evening at 5:30 p.m. with the high school jazz band. We follow that with a student-run fashion show, which is new this year and very exciting. And then we have the open mic night hosted by the High School Arts Society Club. So a great lineup. There's going to be arts merch available for sale. And then the following day, Tuesday, May 21st, is the K through 12 art show, which will be taking place inside the school from 5 to 7 p.m. So please come back to see your students' incredible artwork on display. And keep a lookout. There will be some posters circulating soon with all these all the details on the schedule. My next update is on performing arts, an update from Miss Simpson on the musical Shrek. If your child is interested in being part of the tech team, there will be a tech workshop this Friday, April 26th. High school students will have stations to introduce the middle school students to the various aspects of technical theater. This includes lighting, sound, costumes, build, props, etc. There were tech contracts that were sent out this past Friday, and they are due back on April 29th. And as Mr. McCord mentioned, the performances are May 17th, May 18th at 7 p.m. So please come out, support our performers, and support Ms. Simpson on her last production. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, everyone should absolutely make sure to buy tickets for the to be able to see Shrek on that Friday and Saturday. It's Friday and Saturday night, right? Yes, 17, 18. Yes. So, yes. And then Miss Simpson's last performance will be the chorus concert at the end of May. So, but her last musical is very fitting to be middle school and wonderful. One more update from me. Well, maybe a lot more updates from me. One is that if you did not see the sign up today for Teacher Appreciation Lunch, the Teacher Appreciation Committee is organizing the luncheon on for May 1st, next Wednesday, May 1st. And so if you could go to the link and please sign up to make a donation for to sponsor 1, 2, 3 teachers, however many you choose to sponsor, that would be wonderful. All of the food and everything comes from donations from parents. So we just want to make sure that we get lots of support for our teachers. And if you did not see that email, you can email Amy Kraus and she can send the link directly to you. And then I know that I do not believe anyone from the DEI committee is here, but the International Fair is this weekend. If you haven't already bought tickets to go to it, or I don't think you have to buy tickets to go to it. Sorry, I'm the wrong person to give information on this at this moment, but it is this weekend. And if you are going to be going, please make sure to show up and support. It's a wonderful event that that the school and the DEI committee put on together, and it's every year it's better than the last. So please be sure to support that. And I just wanted to do a very quick thank you to the Be Well committee for all of the amazing programming that they've provided for. Oh, okay, sorry, Miss Joyce Barnes just said, yes, tickets are available on the membership toolkit. Thank you very much for the International Fair. Then, so Be Well, I want to say thank you for the amazing programming that they have provided for middle school, high school, and elementary school parents this year. In addition to that, I want to say thank you to the Bold Committee because they have also had incredible programming for parents. These are resources that we are very, very lucky as parents to have. And so I just want to make sure that I thank them because they work very hard all year long. I know that Be Well and Bold are already working hard for planning their programming for next year. So if you haven't had a chance to watch some of the videos or been at the been able to watch the Zooms live, most of them are saved. So you should absolutely take the time to do that because they are amazing resources for parents. And then for the character and community, just so everyone knows, at the moment, the cleanup and planting tomorrow afternoon is full, but there is a wait list and sometimes kids aren't able to go. So if you did see the link in the email that I sent today or yesterday, please use that to get on the wait list. There will be more character and community service opportunities for the remainder of the year, so keep your eyes open for those. And let me see. I think, Jen Heathwood, are you able to speak, or is anyone on from who can speak really quickly about the last teen center?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hi, thanks. I thought you
Hi. Thanks for having me. So, yeah, so far this year we've had one 8th grade teen center, which was in the fall with a Halloween theme, and that went great. And typically we just do one since they have their dance and then they have a party after graduation. Then for 7th grade and 6th grade, we've had 2 so far. And they also had the Halloween theme. And then in March, we did March Madness. And so now we're coming up at the year end. Typically, we only do 2 for 7th grade and 3 for 6th grade. So right now, we're planning at the end of the school year to have that 6th grade teen center on the fields. We usually get bounce houses. But today in our executive council, the 7th grade parents, grade chairs said they'd really like the 7th graders included in that. So we are going to work with, excuse me, the 7th grade parent chairs and hopefully get the 7th graders in on that teen center as well, if we can do that budget wise. So look for more information on them being able to jump around and run around on the fields at the end of school.
Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you for all the work your committee has done also, because it's really important for these kids to have that kind of downtime together as a group. And so they will very much be looking forward to that, especially towards the end of the year around field days and when hopefully most of their exams will be over. So
yeah, I heard they had a really good time at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it went
schedules
really
are coming out.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying exam schedules are coming out, so none of this will conflict or be of a surprise to anyone. So anyway, go ahead, Jen. Sorry.
Oh, just I heard it was a really big hit last year. The kids really enjoyed it. Sometimes exams end and then they just go home and they're like kind of like what just happened. So this is a great way at the end to kind of go and celebrate before they move on to their summer.
It was great. I attended it last year with the kids. It was fantastic. They had the best time. Timing was perfect.
That's great. Thank you very much. And then I just have one more plug that is unrelated to, I'm going to use my platform here as chair to say, we're having our first school car wash on Saturday. For those of you who aren't aware, in the fall and spring, the fall, we had a really crummy weekend weather. So all of the car washes that the high school students do for fundraising were not really able to be done. So we're starting this weekend. The high school will be doing car washes. So if you need your car washed, please go Saturday between 12:30 and 4:30. This weekend, it will be the 9th graders who will be washing your car. I'm not going to say it'll be a great car wash, but it is for a great cause. So it's their first go around, so they're learning, but they will have a lot of spirit in washing your car. And with that said, I don't believe we have any questions. There is the information about the International Fair, thanks to Mr. Makora and the foundation in the chat if anybody needs it. The only other thing that I have as an update is that coming out soon, there will be an email regarding PTA volunteers for next year. If you have not had the opportunity to volunteer yet in any of the 3 schools or for one of the larger PTA committees, it's a great way to get involved at the school, and it's also a great way to meet other people. So we definitely recommend signing up for something. And so keep your eye out for that. It will be coming from Deirdre. And if you have an interest in volunteering next year for the middle school PTA council, please either reach out to me or Lansing Martinelli, who will be the middle school chair next year. And I think that might be a record. That was a very quick meeting. But if there are no questions, and I know that, yes, definitely please visit Rachel's video if you need an update from, or you want an update from them. And then that's about all I have. Do you have anything else?
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you as always for everything.
And thank you again for for taking the time to prep the students and work with them to be able to come, because parents really appreciate it. So thank you.
We'll have a lot at the May meeting, a lot of yearly updates from the kids, some reflections.
Wonderful. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
Take care, everybody. Good night, guys. Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.